Shalom. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakak Radash. Shalom and salutations to the men of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learn this 100% truth from. Shalom to those elders, apostles, teachers, not in that order, of Great Millstone all across the world. Shalom to all y'all. Rakathar to all your brothers. Shalom to the Akim and Aqua who also subscribe to the men of GMS to learn this 100% truth. Shalom also to the confused face, the speckled bird of Israel that look like the Gentile nations, but are through the bloodline true Israelites. Shalom also to the elect, and also to those men who are out there on the highways and byways giving their freedom and things of that nature to give you this 100% truth, prophesying against this wicked kingdom. Shalom to you, brothers. I'm running some errands and gotta take care of the family, get the family, pick them up, but I try to take advantage of the time and the situation to get edification out and continue to preach this word, because there's nothing you can do against this word, but only to benefit and for it. Roughly paraphrasing. I don't really want to debauch the scripture, but so this is a segment of understanding scripture, and I'm going to get straight to it and read a couple of scriptures that I got, and Abarak is how you be edified. So let's go straight to the first one, which is Job 4:7. And I don't necessarily have a name for this yet, but we'll see how it go. It's Job 4:7, and it reads, "Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same." So again, Job 4:7. I gotta put that in my mental Rolodex. I know the scripture, but I would have to look for it. But remember, because I always bring this scripture out. So remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent. So especially to you Israelites, these brothers that are out here. I know you see these young brothers and some of these young sisters out here too, who are getting killed and slain in the streets by the enemy, even by our own. And you say that person is innocent. That's not true. We have all fall short and sinned before the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and therefore you don't know. This also tells you about reincarnation. You don't know what that person has done before in a past life for them to suffer the consequences of judgment in this life. So, watch what you say out your mouth. I'm gonna do a lesson on your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Especially, preferably, I'm not trying to get on you, but Israelite women, y'all love to say things and cast spells of wickedness and think that nothing's going to happen to you, but you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And you just can't say what you want to say and think that, these types of things are not going to take place, especially against you. You kind of sealing your own fate when you open your mouth towards using wickedness for it. But this is Isaiah 45:7, and it reads, I form the light and create darkness. Ooh. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. I'll read that one more time. Isaiah 45:7. Listen and listen good, because a lot of our people do not understand this scripture. It says, I form the light. I create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all of these things. That is self-explanatory. I shouldn't have to explain that scripture so you can get an understanding of it. This is 1 Samuel 2 and 6, and it reads, I already know what I'm going to call this. The Lord, I'm gonna call it. Just give me 1 minute. This is Samuel 2 and 6, and it reads, Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yahweh maketh poor and he maketh rich. He bringeth low and he lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are of Yahweh's, and he hath set the world upon them. So I'm going to name this The Lord Does. That's what I'm going to name this. The Lord Does. Salakia, I just had for a reminder when I'm doing it. This is John 9 and 1, and it reads, And Yahushua passed by. He saw a man which was blind for his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? And Yahushua answered, Neither have this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of the Most High should be made manifest in him. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. So Yahushua is also talking about, see, the apostles, Salakia, the apostles are asking this Yahushua about reincarnation. Basically, did this man sin before, or did his parents sin before? And he's saying that neither. Yahushua is telling you that no, this man was set here for me to work my works and to show my light, to show you my Salakia, my gifts of who I am from the Father, and I will show you who I am through the glory of the Father. So in so many ways, roughly paraphrasing, Yahushua has said, Father, glorify me as I glorify you. And this is kind of what this scripture is talking about, that the Most High used this man to glorify Yahushua, so that Yahushua can use this man also to glorify Yahweh. So, you know, that was all about glorifying and bringing up the name of Yahweh while Yahushua. This is Romans. Here's a good scripture. Romans 9 and 15. And it reads, For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. Again, you know, I try to get scriptures that I know that's it's kind of self-explanatory, it's easy to understand, and for some it may not be, but you know, that's the whole reason of this segment called Understanding Scripture, is to, you know, give you, you know, basic scriptures that should be understandable if you read it or if someone read it to you. And you know, this is kind of getting you it's kind of helping you get a good understanding on how the Lord moves, you know what I'm saying, and how the Lord get down with what he does, because a lot of people are very confused or just don't understand who the Lord really is. He's a God of love, but he's also a God of hate, and he is a God of war, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of our people, they misconstrue and misunderstand, you know, who the Lord, and he's only the God of Israel. You know what I mean? Roughly paraphrasing. He is no other God, and he hasn't known any other any other nation. He hasn't dealt with any other nation other than the nation of Israel. So, Laki, I'm a little excited here, I guess. Let's get 2 Samuel. Second Samuel 12 and 10, and it reads, Now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house, because thou hast despised me, and hast taken the wife of Uriel the Hittite to be thy wife. So this is Yahweh talking through Samuel to King David about the sin that King David committed using his friend and soldier Uriah and having him slain, and also committing adultery and taking his wife Bathsheba. And they had a little quick history lesson on it. They had a baby. He was already committing adultery with her. They had a baby, and the Lord said that I'm going to depart your house. I shall depart your house with a sword. And that Samuel told David these things. So the first son that he had, or the first kid that him and King David and Bathsheba had was taken by the Lord. And then to consummate it in the right way, they had Solomon. But after Solomon also, because Solomon also, we all fall short of glory. You know what I'm saying? Solomon had sons, and this became the split of Israel with the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. And ever since the Lord told Samuel to tell David that the key thing was never depart from thine house, that meant that there was going to be a split. But it probably wasn't understood right then and there. But these scriptures are written for our learning, and the elders and apostles who teaches us, it was passed on down to them, that was passed to us for us to have the 100% proper understanding. Because in the times of some of these prophets writing some of these things down that was inspired by Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, they didn't understand a lot of what they were writing. They were just doing what they were told, because no one can resist the Lord. And it's a fearful thing, roughly paraphrasing, to fall into the hands of the living power. So trust me, you don't want to be on the left hand side of the Lord. You want to escape his judgment, and to do that, you must do what he wants you to do to be on the right side. This is Ecclesiasticus 8 and 11, and it reads, Rise not up in anger at the presence of an injurious person, lest he lie in wait to entrap thee in thy words. So again, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically is I'm gonna just be honest with you. Don't get caught in your emotions. I'm gonna break it down. Don't get caught in your emotions to cloud your judgment about dealing with somebody. And when they are trying to set a trap for you, when you are not in your emotions, you can be logical and you can be wise about the moves you have to make, and therefore you won't make a bad decision, because you're not using your heart. You're using your logic, and you're using your wisdom that the Lord allowed you to have in order to overcome whatever weapon is formed against you, or whatever plot is formed against you, roughly paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple, and that's what's wrong with our young brothers today. They are caught in being emotional, and they make bad decisions when there's plots set up against them for them to fall into these traps, and they fall hard. And when they do, they can't get back out of it. This is 1 Kings 11 and 1, and it reads, But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, Women of the Moabites, those are the Chinese. The Ammonites, those are the Japanese. The Edomites, those are the so-called whites. The Zidonians, I believe, are Africans. And the Hittites, I believe, also are Africans. Of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come into you, for surely they will turn your heart away from their God. They will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon cleaved unto these in love. So with that, pretty much you have to watch how you deal with the women that are in your circumference or in your life, and to not put them on pedestals. You put the Lord first, and everything else will fall righteously in order around that or under that. And that's it, man. That's all I can say about it, man. And you know, call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakak Radash Abarak Dazah. You have been edified with the segment of Understanding Scripture. Again, my name is Yah Halal, and you know, shalom and salutations to the men of GMS, to the elect, and Kwam Yasha'Allah, shalom.